Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenore and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is the horoscope for Sagittarius. If Sagittarius is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so, Sagittarius, our card tonight is the Empress, which is always a most welcome energy of renewal, of rebirth, of strength, and flourishing, right? Just absolutely everything in bloom. Okay, and let's go ahead and take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so immediately. And I just want to say also, if you want to like or comment, definitely wouldn't be mad if you did those things as well. Especially if you're new to the channel. Put it in the comments, shout it out. Let me know that you're here for the first time. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, so immediately I looked at this and I thought, okay, we have a person right here. Here's their head. They're kind of in a seated position. Their mouth is open. They have another person standing here and they are going to feed them something, right? They're about to put something in their mouth. And I don't know why, but the phrase came to mind, a taste of their own medicine, right? They're being fed their own medicine. What does this mean? If you've never heard the saying, or you've heard it and you don't know what it means exactly, it is when somebody has behaved in such a way or they've treated somebody in such a way, and maybe they continue to do so, and the tables kind of turn and somebody does the same thing to them, right? Immediately, my example of thinking was, well, this is very particular to our household anyways. When we go shopping and everybody, that is my husband, myself, and my daughter, shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot, we all get to pick out like one little treat or like one thing that we really like, and yeah, we'll share it, but it's usually something for us, okay? Something for ourselves. And every once in a while, somebody will go in and eat somebody else's, special snack or treat or whatever. And then, that kind of sucks. You go in there, it's not there. And then, then you got to eat their snack, their bag of chips, their, strawberries or whatever it is, right? And it's a taste of their own medicine. So, that, I don't know why that's such a silly example, but it is. If you live with kids, especially, right? If it's really important, you gotta hide it. You gotta put it somewhere in the pantry, in the cupboard, at the highest cabinet where they won't look for it. I've seen people even hiding stuff in hiding their little thing of ice cream in like a bag of frozen vegetables or something like that in the freezer. So yeah, it does. Sometimes it really is like that. And so I'm looking at this and I'm hoping that, maybe this is more along the lines of your experience than, it being something a little more serious. But I feel like there's this situation where it's almost kind of like you've been treated in such a way, maybe for so long, that this person in your life, if it is for some reason I'm feeling like it's maybe a sibling or a family member where they just behave however they want to, and everybody kind of puts up with it and even maybe kind of enables their behavior. And when you have decided to kind of put your foot down and you're just going to treat them the same way that they treat you, it's like, oh, the audacity of you. How dare you think that you could behave that way towards me? And it's like, hey, what the heck's been going on for all these years? You've been behaving this way and you think it's okay. You know, you're not considerate of other people's emotions, feelings, and time. That's the big thing, your time. You've put in so much time with this, you know, relationship with this person. And for them to then, you know, kind of be outraged that you would behave this way is almost kind of hilarious, right? But it's also annoying. And I feel like this is like a situation where, you know, you have always taken the high road. And I think that you will again, Sagittarius. You are mostly in the sectors of your life where you really care. There is a lot of love, right? You will try to mediate things. You'll try to get things kind of balanced out and you know, just kind of smooth it over where you have to. But then every so often, once in a while, yeah, you'll make a stand, you know, and it will cause some ripples, I think. But I believe, you know, this is something that you feel you need to do. Or, you know, maybe this is happening to them, but you're not going to come to their aid, right? Because it's like you're watching the situation play out and, yeah, it's on them, really. And so I feel like there's a little bit of discord here, but at the same time, I feel like you are really kind of getting some confidence out of this, feeling pretty good about, you know, your decision making here. Not feeling like a pushover, basically. Okay, so that is the first thing that I saw. Let's continue on. Now, I do feel like there is a real emphasis on the home. Okay, so we have the home here. And it looks like we have I and maybe S. Okay, so maybe this is a name. Maybe these are initials. But we have the IS, and then down here it kind of looks like, it almost looks like an I and a C. ISIC. I don't know. I don't know what that would mean, but maybe these letters kind of all go together. I'm not sure. But we also have another house over here. Okay, so we have two households. And then when we turn this way, it looks like we have a person who is kind of touching the head of a bird. So I do feel like there's some messaging coming between homes. Okay, so we also have another bird over here. And it feels like there's a need for communication. There is something, it looks like we have, I immediately thought of Diana right here, the goddess Diana with her bow, with her lunar crown. Now over here we have, it looks like somebody who is offering a flower, a heart. There's a goat. We have a goat up here with a bird sitting on its back. A peacock, I would say. So we have, I feel like this is almost kind of it feels like there's some amount of flirtation, a courtship. Maybe it's a friendship that it kind of dwells on the border of being a relationship, or maybe like an emotional entanglement. I don't know that there's any physical, it doesn't feel like it is a physical thing yet. But I do feel like it's like you both have households. So I'm wondering if you're married or you're in a long-term relationship. And let me just say from the top here, no judgment, okay? We talk about these things. They feel difficult. Usually it's easier to be like, oh, this person's cheating or this person's having a flirtation, you know. But when we talk about us maybe being entangled in these kinds of things, it can be, you can feel maybe a little resistant, or you kind of like, what are you talking about, Lenore? I would never. And maybe you wouldn't, you know, but maybe this is that you have some kind of connection to somebody, and maybe it's not like you're physically attracted or you want to have an affair with them, but I feel like there is a kinship, there is a excitement. You really, really enjoy this person. And it could be that this is a really deep friendship, but like I said, I feel like it blurs. There's this blurriness of relationship, romantic relationship, and friendship, okay? I don't actually feel like this is a problem, okay? And maybe it's kind of that you don't talk about it, you know, with your family or your spouse. Maybe they don't know about this person. Maybe that you work with them, or this is more of a covert thing, or, you know, whatever. Or they just, you know, they just trust you and you have friendships, and, you know, maybe they get a little emotional but everybody's cool, you know. I don't know, but I do feel like this is somebody you're not with, but you're with, right? You know, it feels like this is like a partnership, right? In some way, like a good friend. And that's why I wonder if this is maybe at work, because there's this dynamic of doing things together, right? Building things together, working together, problem solving together, having camaraderie, okay? Now, we have the goat up here with the bird. So the goat is symbolic of somebody who can really get through some difficult situations. Is a solid person. Very, very intelligent. Good at anticipating problems, navigating, you know, just terrain that might feel like it's impossible to kind of find a way through. If you can think of a goat climbing up the side of a mountain or a hill, or, you know, a place where it's, you know, like a cliff, right? The rock face is just, I wouldn't know how to get up there. But these are animals that find a foothold even where maybe we don't see any. And so I feel like this is really an energy of being able to navigate even these kind of difficult situations. Just being somebody that people really trust in. And when there are troubles or difficulties, you being a person that others come to for assistance. Like, I need some help here. I'm going to go right to Sagittarius because I know they will know what to do. You know, you have a lot of insights about things. Now, we also have the peacock, right? So I feel like this is a kind of very beautiful, maybe kind of youthful, energetic, energied person. And I wonder again, maybe this is the person that we're talking about. I wonder if they're maybe a little bit younger than you. Not by much, right? They're still very much, I think they're very much on your level. And that makes me believe that they're not too much younger, but they are a little bit. And I feel like they just have a youthful energy, a vibrance, right? There's this excitement about life. They're involved in things. They have projects. They're busy. They aren't like the kind of person that, needs somebody to kind of hold their hand through everything. They're just kind of living. And I think being around somebody like that, it's like the beauty of a peacock who is really out there like strutting their stuff. Just seeing that beautiful, beautiful dance and sway and the gorgeous colors and all of that, right? Just very taken by it. And I think that this really, it kind of feeds into your energies. I mean, I really feel that there's a sense of like, all of the gears are moving, right? There's nothing that is just kind of, unused and just kind of, sitting in the corner getting dusty. No, I feel like all parts of self, you are just so activated. And I think that it has a lot to do with having somebody that you really connect with. And I feel, the thing for me, I feel like there's a banter. There is an ability to navigate conversation with this person. And that's where I think you're really drawn in. Okay. So we also have a K up here. Okay. There's a K right there. So that seems like maybe an important letter. Let's see if we have any numbers. We have the number 121. 121. We have the number 3 right there. Okay, and let's go over here. Let's take a look. So we have 2 birds. Oh, and we have a cardinal. Somebody coming through, right? Somebody who has transitioned, somebody you love, who loves you, coming through. And it looks like they're showing me a worm. So I feel like, and also we have a young fish over here, like a little minnow. Are minnows baby? Yeah, right? They're young fish. They're not like, I can't think. Are they like little sardines, like little fish? Are they just little fish? I don't know. I have to look that up now. But it feels like a young fish. So the fish is a sign of abundance, of money coming in. Okay, so this is the beginning of something. We have the person coming through, and I want to think on this person because they are somebody from your life who was very business minded. I think that they probably maybe even owned their own business or ran different businesses throughout their life, and maybe as a child growing up around them, you kind of found them mysterious and maybe a little bit stuffy because they were always working. They always had their like head in the books type of deal. And that maybe felt like there was a disconnect. But I think as you've gotten older, you've taken on a lot of these qualities. I think you're a very pragmatic person. I think that you are somebody who, you really think about how things are going to work from the top to the bottom. You're really good at budgeting. That comes through for some reason. There's like this, you're good at thinking about how far you can get that dollar, right? How much you can put it to work. And so I think this really, you have that connection with them. So I do feel like they are showing me that there's going to be some kind of opportunity here for you to begin to create maybe a new stream of revenue for yourself. Okay, so maybe starting a new business, maybe going into some kind of new endeavor, starting like a side hustle, whatever it is, it feels like they are telling me for you to really put yourself into this, because it's going to really begin to take hold pretty quickly. You're going to see this money starting to come in faster than you imagine. Okay, so that definitely, that is a strong energy there. And ultimately, I think such a blessing. I mean, this will be, I feel like you just have this good vibe going. We have CB as well. Yeah, CB as letters. You know, with having this person that you care about and they care about you, I feel like that it just absolutely, having a friendship, having a flirtation, having this kind of emotional entanglement. Ooh, I just knocked this over. This emotional entanglement. I just moved everything around in my office. I like deep cleaned both studios. My studio, and shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot. Yesterday I spent hours cleaning the floors and everything else in the downstairs, and also the offices, or the studios, I should say. So everything's kind of moved around. I kind of switched my surroundings, and I'm like bumping into stuff because I'm not used to it. But yeah, I think having that person, and then also having this like real inspiration to be getting into some kind of, you know, new thing. Maybe you have like a seasonal job that you're doing, like a part-time job, or maybe, yeah, you started like a little business for yourself. And I think it's going to work out a lot better than you even hoped for. So this is like all really good news. Also very much that Empress energy, just abundant with emotionality that is manifesting in the world around you. Just like a garden growing and blooming around you. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do our self-care affirmation cards. And I'm just going to flip through and stop where it feels right. It says, my body, my home. I am at peace in my body. My body carries me through the world, and I celebrate it. I am at home and fully present in my body. I am at home and fully present in my body. All right. All right, Sagittarius, I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you would like to leave that comment, do it. If you're thinking about saying something, absolutely go right ahead. And especially if you're new to the channel, I'd love to hear from you. So again, with that, Sagittarius, I want to go ahead and tell you I love you. If you're in America, now I don't know what it's like in Europe right now, but if you are in the United States, I hope that you're staying cool, because my goodness, it is so hot right now. I know California is roasting. It is so hot out there. I'm from Northern California. I'm from East Sacramento, actually. And you know, obviously I still have people there and family there and stuff. And I just don't know how y'all do it. I could not go back. I've become such a baby about the heat. And so I don't know, but I know it's been so difficult for everybody. And now we're having a heat wave where I'm at. Now where I live in the upper Midwest, it's very humid. It's, you know, it gets to be about 90, but then the humidity, it makes it so much warmer. My husband, who is also from California, he always makes fun of me because I always talk about the real feel or the heat index. And the humidity, you know, people say, oh yeah, it's nice, it's 80 degrees out. Yeah, well, the real feel says that it's, you know, 87 with like 75% humidity, and that is awful. So yeah, we're going through our humid moment right now. Very, very warm. So I'm hoping everybody is staying cool and staying safe in the heat, making sure that you are. And this is, I'm gonna be like mom telling you, because I am mom. Yeah, drink your water, drink lots of water, take a lot of rest, and you know, if you're getting really hot, definitely put something cool on the back of your neck. It helps so much. I do a lot of work outside, gardening and yard work and mowing and that kind of thing. I live for one of those, it's like it looks like a scarf, but you fill it with cold water and you put it around your neck, and it helps so much. It's ridiculous. I don't know how I was living without one of those things before. But yes, definitely stay cool. And if you're in the southern hemisphere, I don't know what's going on with you guys. I know you're super in winter. Hopefully it's not too cool. Hopefully you're not having too much rain or whatever is, you know, whatever happens. It's a mystery to me. Let me know in the comments. What is your weather like? I could talk about the weather all day long. That's how you know I'm getting to be old lady. Because I love talking about the weather. I love talking about the animals in the yard. I love talking about the plants. And yeah, I might be a little bit of a boring gal. So, but if you yourself like to talk about the weather, please do. Let me know what's going on in the southern hemisphere, my loves. All right, Sagittarius, once again, I'm going to tell you, I thank you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a couple days from now, a few days from now. All right, good night, good night, good night.